What's up, amigos? It's the Prodigy Maker Minute with yours truly, Chris Lewitt. As you may know, I'm the former #1 for Cornell University, pro circuit player, elite junior development coach, and author and educator, author of The Secrets of Spanish Tennis and the Tennis Technique Bible. So, sharing with you a little bit of Spanish wisdom, and I came across a very interesting article by Javier Duarte, who is a very well-known Spanish coach, very successful Spanish coach. And he sort of posits or theorizes that, in essence, as tennis players in Spain have become more all court and have improved their serves and returns, he makes a suggestion. I believe this is from a lecture that he gave, and I found this like the beginning of his lecture, like the introduction to his lecture online, and the title of the lecture and the article is called "The Spanish Training Systems and Their Evolution in the Last Years." And Duarte talks about how the different Spanish players, over time, their games used to be a little more one dimensional. And he mentions players like Sergio Bruguera, for example, Albert Costa, Alberto Berasategui, even Alex Correcha. And then he goes on to say that those players from the past who had more of a one-dimensional game, they were extremely mentally tough. And he talks about the evolution of the Spanish training system over the decades. And I think it's quite insightful. Duarte says that because of the evolution of the Pro Tour, many academies and coaches in Spain tried to build players who were, he calls it, more polyvalent, which is a great term. He says the players became more polyvalent, which is like more versatile, able to do more things, particularly better serves and better returns. So he talks about this polyvalence that was being developed and that evolved in Spain over the years. And he makes a suggestion. He posits that this polyvalence, while it has brought more success to those players on multiple surfaces, in his opinion, it may have hurt those players' mental toughness. In other words, in some way, he's suggesting that the players who were more one-dimensional, didn't have as good a serve, had to really grind it out from the back of the court, that sort of train like the old school Spanish way. He sort of makes the suggestion, or at least implies, that those players tended to be a little tougher mentally than the players who had more skills, like better serves. It could win points with their serve, like Feliciano Lopez, for example, or he mentions some other players like Tomas Carbonell, or let's see, Fernando Verdasco, and Nicolas Almagro, for example. So he talks about these different generations of Spanish players, and he says the ones that had more skills, more polyvalence, actually, in his mind, weren't as mentally tough. And so one of the implications is maybe that because playing more on hard courts, working more on the serve and return, working more on attacking and playing more all court, kind of like the way Alcaraz plays, he's suggesting that some players may have lost their mental toughness, their grit, basically, because of that evolution in the training system in Spain. And then he goes on to suggest some different ways of getting that back, or he sort of raises different questions about how should we actually train in Spain. Like, is there a way that we can develop polyvalence and also keep the grit that made us famous, basically the suffering quality, the never say die attitude, the determination, because in his mind, some of that was lost as generations of players coming down the road started to learn more of like an all-court game, bigger serve, better return, and better play on hard courts. So in his mind, I can understand that, because in some ways, when you don't have a good serve, you don't have a way to win points easily, all that you have left is your ferocity. You have to be fierce, and you have to fight and win with your legs and with your grinding ability. And so maybe the next evolution of Spanish tennis in terms of the training is somehow cultivating that type of mentality, but also developing the all-court game. And I think there are some coaches in Spain who are definitely trying to do that. For example, Juan Carlos Ferrero with Carlos Alcaraz, and Tony Nadal is definitely similarly working on the same aspects, trying to develop all-court, more attacking players, but also maintain that traditional Spanish ferocity. If you like this Prodigy Maker Minute, please consider watching my big show, The Prodigy Maker Show. It's a podcast, and it's also available on this YouTube channel. Also, please subscribe. We'd love to have you part of this community, and we need subscribers to grow this channel and to help, get higher in the search results so more people can learn and enjoy this type of content about Spanish tennis and junior development in general. Thanks, guys. See you on the next program.